wouldn't have been making this video if it wasn't for I wanted to blame one person, but now I'm like, nope. If it was for God telling me the recent stuff I've seen on Twitter, but also the fact that I was like, all right, God, let me move in faith, and I mean move in faith, not even just moving faith. It's like obedience in the faith, because it's not even that I'm doing this for that. I remember I've always thought, okay, based on all the things I want to create, the businesses, the everything, including one of the things God promised, which is that I'm not going to die. I'm going to walk up some stairs to heaven. We'll get to that another time, or maybe when I write a book. I'm just explaining what I talked about before. I'm like, I'm going to have to leave an estate for my children for everything I own, because if I'm not going to die, how are they going to get all the things that I own? And they're going to have a long legal battle to try and get my ownership into their name. Like, might as well I just create an estate. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to create an estate for my children and the children, like, I can make a coat of arms. I've always been curious about those little things that are very symbolic in family. So I was going to make a coat of arms or some kind of crest and some stamp, just like for the estate. And so what God said, and me doing in obedience, I mean, designing Jamaican influenced coat of arms. I mean, was out of obedience as well, as I was going to do it anyways, but I didn't know, okay, if you're going to be that, then fine. Let me prepare. Here's my issue with this, and not just this. This whole shit. And maybe if I didn't have to remember the pain and the problems, I can keep going. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And this is not bringing forth anything productive, in my opinion. I mean, this is why I am at a friend's house because I'm trying to be obedient to God, and I'm still in Jamaica. And the reason I'm in Jamaica is because God sent me to go and consummate a marriage that He ordained and declared. But I'm not supposed to work, so I'm not working for months, so people are getting tired and exhausted, and I actually cannot get work. Like, the only work I got is in August. And then the funny thing is, the clothes I have is not work appropriate. So make it worse, I might lose that. So all my problems are this faith journey induced. Then on top of that, it's not just faith. And I tried to fix, no, it's not even just trying to fix. It's a moment of break, a moment of peace. I can tell you, a few of them I've taken, and it cost me. Like, someone came on, why you leave the church? How did the church lose you? And then I'm trying to explain the struggle I'm going through and everything, and I'm not saying the church chose me, but well, God didn't lose me. The church did because of X, Y, Z, especially because of what my parents did. And he's like, "Oh, you just need a moment of break," and I took it. I was like, "Fine," and we went by the seaside, and we just took a moment, took a break. Imagine that. And we already discussed Bible and whether or not it was really God, and then he's then flip back around to be like, I know a story where a man said, if not married and God said no man you get married, and then him see somebody and God say I'm wife, and he said no, and then a couple months later him tell the girl say that's what God said, and then a couple months later she was in a relationship, a month later she called him and then they're married. Then he's like, so it could happen, and I'm like, alright, whatever. So it was all like, encouraging about that, but also still arguing. But then, right after, I was like, all right, fine. This moment of just being by the seaside was refreshing. Was, I could maybe, keep going. I walked home into the place I was staying into, cussing on problems. Stuff that just feel either unnecessary or inconsiderate because they contributed to the problem they're complaining about. And I would have come home and just fixed it if they didn't reach home yet. But I just walked into problems. Then literally after that, somebody else was like, yo, you just need a moment to relax and break. And I'm like, yo, the last time I did that, you just walk into shit. And I hear the people tell me, you just need a moment of break. And I'm like, no, I don't. I literally close to tears when these people ask. And I keep saying, I can't, because every time I'm always in shit. And then imagine now, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm tired. I'm just gonna try chillax for a moment. I'm helping somebody, and their brother is like, you know what? Let me just chill tonight. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. Mind you, I'm not gonna go and think any random person is God, the new declared replacement, if God is gonna do that, because the amount of effort God put into one guy, I'm not gonna just appear and not God put in the same kind of work or some kind of work to show that it's him. So I was gonna just jump and think every random person until God told me point blank. And I just enjoyed a moment of somebody appreciating my mind. I enjoyed the night of just relaxing. Up to the point now, I know I can't go home because that person where I was, the friend is like expecting me to leave as well as it's too late and the most close. So I was like, you know what, fine. And the person was like, yeah man, come, I'll take care of you. Don't worry. I'll provide a place so you can, write all the things you need to write and do and blah blah blah. And walked into molestation. I mean, let's not even go there because let's go in detail yet because I just stayed there numb and just said, fuck this shit, and had my plan to disappear. I know where I was going, I was going to do. I got a knife, everything. And technically prepared just to die because I was just like, I'm done. God, just like, I literally said, I hate you. Guys, like, imagine that day you had a place lined up for you to go or they're working it out. And you're trying to reach the person to work it out, and you cannot for the life of you reach that person after they introduce you to some people that needed your help. You're helping somebody. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna help you. And then afterwards, I'm trying to find the person so I can figure out where I'm going to go, because I don't want to go back to the same place and tell them, basically force them to keep me. I am. Then these people are, oh yeah, man, just trust God. We Adventist family, or my parents Adventist. Don't worry, can't you? And I walked into shit. You know what? when I made my plan to disappear in that moment, I didn't even think about what just happened or whatever. I just like let it go. 'Cause I'm just like going back to my friend is just problem or just recipe of just people getting tired. They're already tired and there's nobody else giving me an option that's viable, workable, or people want to give. And I'm not staying in an in a place where this man don't know boundaries, don't know the word no, like over their feet, and I let it go. I let it go. I went where I thought I could go. I just let it go, and it's weird because I was like, all right, God, me and you, and I'm done with foolish, I'm done with everything else, or just kill me. Technically, that's what I wanted. Heading there, just like I want to just die, maybe natural causes, because I'm too much of a fighter naturally. Like I literally had a knife, because if somebody try, literally, I had something in my head. I literally was like, don't talk to any man, especially man, crosses man them. And enough of them did it. Come chat to me. They say, yo, don't talk to me. Why am I having a knife in my hand? I mean, my knife in my hand that I was sharpening with any nail that I could get, it got sharp. Trust me. Sharp when I'm at where this person's home. Sharp. No, wrong thing. Sharp. From all that sharpening, I bought it for $100. And I was going to be like, don't talk to me. I have a knife. And if you're going to continue, either you kill me or me kill you. One of we are dead. And for the most part, people got the picture without me opening my mouth. And then God used some of them and put me in somewhere where I could get some shelter, not even a house. But so I wasn't even necessarily on the street like that, but I was. Then the next day, some of them were like, all right, we respect you, we believe you, we see you're fine. We recommend this person. So imagine this now. I'm fucking tired. And you see all of that happening. I know it's God doing, but you're just kind of like, he's not letting you go because the job's option not working, whether or not it's a type of job or just the just not working. And you're not progressing any further in anything. I mean, not progressing at it, promising, like, I'm not get no job, our situation now change fully. But you know what? I decided not to think about it. And I decided to do things like farm. Like my seedlings that I planted Thursday after getting some egg trays. Like, I mean, I got a lot of egg. I mean, I'm ready to dig up the backyard now to get ready for these seedlings to go down. And they start springing up early. So I'm just like letting it go, letting it all go. And because there's occasional people asking me if there's somebody, like literally the first night I was here, police come, but it was linked to the case that apparently the girl get killed by the baby mother. But because I'm a new face and I'm at this house, somebody called police. So and then I'm hearing people that talk, oh, me could be the person on the picture, some other picture, and they say I light skin and the picture just wrong. And so I just make sure I made that post that I'm alive and leave me the fuck alone. This faith thing shit where I have a problem because I mind you, I let it go. I let go of everything. I never think about the past because I don't want that stress. I'm moving forward. Then God's like, Monarch. That friggin' Thursday night into Friday morning. And it's like, all right, cool, cool. That's cool because the thing about that is it ties in everything. I mean, everything I ever thought, planned, dreamed, thought of, curious about, being drawn towards, even things I've written, seen, desired. It just and it connects to even the part where God's like, I don't know what's the problem. Is it faith? Is it me trying? Like, I think I'm convinced it's faith because the next day I was trying a new job. And I was just like cautiously like, all right, God, I see what you're saying. Cool. How are you going to do that? I kind of see how you're going to do it. But I was like, cool, cool, cool. Cool. Just mind blown. And I went to this job because it just happened. The Friday, and I went. Then when I'm there, I'm like, wait a minute. This is gambling. Do I want to work for that? And I started feeling, and then I was like, it's going to also require me to work on Sabbath. Again, another problem. And I'm seeming to not get used to the system. But I'm talking to this lady now. To then realize that she was, or maybe is, or almost cousin of Raheem. Actually, not even almost cousin. She could be future in-law cousin. Or something like that. And it's not just future in-law cousin. After talking, everything they told me, she's basically confirming because she saw it for in her own eyes, or if it's not in her own eyes, they actually lived with her. I mean, where she's like, I disrespected her because I implied that her son was gay. I did not. I was trying to give her scenario so she can understand my perspective about something. She's like, yo, that's because people always, based on how she raised him, always thinks he was going to be gay or whatever. Or gay, or from gay or whatever. And so it just trigger that defense. And I'm like, yeah, I can see that defensiveness long time. Everything is like, she said, yeah, and everything she said me, I said, yeah, me know. To then, you know what's the other kicker? I'm telling her everything, and at first she was like, yo, you should reach out, we should whatever. I'm like, yo, you don't know half the story. And then when she's like, yo, you should go to the church. And also she was like, stop calling them your family, mind you. How am I going to do that if I'm trying to be obedient to God? Mind you, that wasn't even anything big. More like, because I know where I'm hiding, I'm calling it hiding because I changed my name and whatever. I end up unintentionally use them as a reference. Not as a reference for a job or whatever, but like somebody asks, oh, you're a comedian. And I'm like, frightened. I'm like, try not to make them, if they could figure it out from before already so that they don't talk to somebody else. I'm like, oh, I'm XYZ. I'm a family's XYZ because I know other people don't know them. And then afterwards, God's like, oh, what did you just say? I was like, oh shit. Did I just literally do basically what I'm trying not to do, which is connect to them? And so I end up doing it again in front of her, trying to brush off. And she's like, don't use their name or their family, whatever. I'm like, if I don't do that, then disobeying God. Like this whole shit is so fucked up. Because everything I have to do is just like, everybody is against me. Which brings me to why I made this video. I went to church. I did what they said. Go to them church. I went to that church. Okay. Based on memory, I could have figured out where their church is. I've never been there till today. First time since they brought me. And because she said it, and I was just like, all right, God, if you're not even... I don't know why this lady got up on this podium, because I already was just feeling the weight of everything. And when she go up on the podium and basically I tell you, you should love God, have a relationship with God. Mind you, I already have big old argument with some of the elders, older people of the Sunday church. And them, it's like they love it because then it's like a refreshing argument, but at the same time they're like, you're disobey because I'm in earring. And I'm telling these people that I was living on the street. Like, I end up thinking back, I'm like, bro. And this is all I have, and they're just arguing that I'm disobedient. I'm like, this is all I have after living on the street. And you know, then it's bringing back the memory. I was kind of like, you know what, stop. But then this lady go back on the podium. I don't have a problem with the lady. I don't even have a problem with what she said. It just made me wonder if this is what people think, and maybe that's because of how I approach everything. And I'm going to be honest, that's the only reason for the obedience to all the shit that I've been through, is to get the stuff. And the stuff is not even that amazing because it's a lot of fucking responsibility. Running a business that I've never successfully ran a business before, and I'm not saying I failed a business, I'm just like, I have no degree in it. Then to now be responsible to make sure you're telling a country that this is God's words or not, to guide them. Now that God's like, oh, a democratically sovereign monarch. Bro, it's a lot of responsibility. But I'm just like, in exchange, in different kind of suffering, fine, yeah, I hope this shit. But me, relationship with God, love for God, that exists long ago. Because that person was like, instead of saying you don't want to go to hell, that's why you're obedient, you should be love God, the love of God. I reached there a long time. It made me even, you know, because it made me even question myself. Because now I'm judging myself. Like, what? Is it because am I not forgiving? And I'm just like, is it a reason why I'm calling them an asshole? Because I've always wanted to call them an asshole. Because they're like, yo, the reason you respond the way you respond is because you... I don't know if the person was intentionally coming after me. I doubt it. I really doubt it. But it hit me. And you know what it did? I was there sitting and I did not see none of them come at the church. Mind you, I don't know if they know beforehand or not. I don't know that. Technically, not necessarily that I know it. I'm more like, what the fuck am I here? Because I thought... I'm tired. Okay. Let me finish explaining because I'm tired. I want to be done with it. Alright, so she said I'm not judging myself. Then no, I'm judging myself. I think back of everything. I mean, the most recent I'm walking home because I can't anymore. I'm just like crying. and I can't control it. And I'm just tired. So I walk home. And I'm sorry. Well, everything is because I wanted to have sex. Is why I was molested. And I'm like, is it the reason why I stayed in their house because I want somewhere to live? If I had somewhere to live, even if it wasn't my own and I had no pressure, I wouldn't be running on no man, and I'm not running him down. I didn't even like him. I didn't even want sex. And if I at least like you, then maybe I'd be open. Not even open. I don't even decide. I'm so tired. I hurt. Oh my goodness. The more I sit down and think about what happened today, the more I feel like something was said, or maybe all the past stuff was shared, and I didn't know who the person looked like. So now that I show up and then somebody say she, somebody took the opportunity and said everything. But I'm not gonna say it is. But something triggered. One other question was, we should stop taking the blame of somebody pushed you to that limit. Somebody, because you deeply desired. Sin comes from temptation, and temptation is your own desire. So if you desire to cost somebody else something you want to do, and it hit me, the whole asshole thing, and calling them an asshole. And say I didn't want to, but who's gonna believe me? Who wants to hear that? I thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. Not perfect, and his mom eccentric, different, a little, sometimes difficult. But I would never call him an asshole because I thought she was kind, caring, like another mother. But all I did when I called them an asshole is because I've had enough, and I protected him enough, made enough excuses, and I've shown his asshole, and I would cut if they come in front of me right now and that I'm ready to do what God said. I do not give a shit what they want to say. I have to see change behavior for me to change my view on them, because I did not think they were assholes. And I made excuses upon excuses. You got to see my face, because this is an afterthought after really recorded, and I remember I forgot to bring this in. I never desired that. Oh my goodness. I'm tired of this shit. I would rather just be done with them than to call them anything. Assholes, not assholes. Just done. Because well, what else should I call them? I'm tired of crying. The whole week I didn't cry. I did not do anything that made this whole thing overwhelming. I just remove. Yes, God been putting things in place that I feel was God, but at the same time, time to let go. And even the person that I'm at just kind of keeps reminding me now and again just to let go, reset, just let them go. I've been patient. They start calling me obsessed. I'm like, and it's not. You know what? Anybody gonna come at me talking about because I say this shit put me in the point where I started to swear and say fuck y'all. Be in my position and all this. I just wanted to share that before going to the next section because the next section is loaded. I don't know what I have to. Alright? Can't even put them in words because I'm just crying. My since what? Since my ex, outside of those moments where I pray against just the overly horniness, my desire for sex has never been extraordinary or abundant or even exists. Till God was like, this is your husband, prepare for it. And it's not just like like shit that I didn't even understand was happening till I had to watch Sex Education and understand, okay, this is what happened. That makes me aware of these things. Not even guys can be in front of me talking about how them lick up and do this and that to a woman. I'm just like, okay. And all it is to me is just like, oh, that's what people do. Not because, okay. Whew. All right. You're turning me on. Shit don't turn me on. And you know, the times that I ever reached that point where even when that guy, I mean, the guy that lived in the area I live, I mean, on another side of the house, family of the friend that I was staying, come to me, literally call me, and I say, you know, your vagina, your pussy, or whatever them say, you know, jump in a shower. And you know what I would have told him? At that time, so the only time it does, or anytime it ever did that, and when God do him so tight shit, and I write him, and the only person will make it ever, because God is like, prepare. That's the only time I would, and that's what I was gonna tell him. I was just like, instead of saying that, I said, you know what? Don't call me. Don't ever come to me unless it's something like you pay me back with something you're supposed to give me money. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. And that's the only time I ever had desire for sex. And I mean, it's some soul shut-eye shit that happened now and again. Sometimes I had to fight. And then even I fight it, I'll go off into sleep and it subconsciously happens. Because I was like, so when this motherfucker, after I thought, you know what, let me open the door, forgot to provide a replacement because he was all like, yeah. And I thought, you know, I may have thought he was replaced, but I wanted to be sure before I started moving as if he was. Because of discussion and things that would have encouraged all the things I planned with God in preparation, and he's like, he'll provide a space where I could actually start writing script, unbothered, unstressed. I was like, cool. Maybe he's the replacement. And so, spend the night, we end up go all over the place to different parties, and I'm just like observing more than anything. And then I just moved to the rhythm, and for some reason I was like, yo, it's Sabbath, so you know. But I was just trying to, and I think I was trying to even be This is a shit not be because of all the things I'm going to just sound so wrong and against who they think God is. But anyways, I don't know what the fuck it was all about. But the only reason I was open to going anywhere with them is because one, he took my bag. The dude took my heavy bag, mind you. The only reason I gave him my bag because it was heavy and I was trying to help his sister. We were looking for the lady. I would have helped me get that place to live. And we couldn't find her. We were going up and down walking far. And he took my bag. So I was like, fine. I'll go for my bag. He seen whatever. We just have a discussion and we just know it now. Alright, let's see. Because I was going to say it now happened, but his sister was like, because she's the one I was helping. It was like, you know what? You should be open to friends. Friends are good because you never know who you make connection with, friendship with, and you never know who they know. So I was like, you know what? Alright, not fight too much. Let me relax. Let me chill. Let me move with the flow. Let me not fight because I was going to be like, yo, I can't do the whole going out thing tonight because of Sabbath, because of Friday night. And because she's Adventist and she's almost like, don't worry about just friends. I was like, so I thought, maybe it's God working something out. And I was like, all right, cool, let me relax. I told him I don't drink, and we were there just reasoning for a good while, just talking about all the different things, like the visions. And and buy me a V-soy or whatever it is, some side drink. That's all I need to see up. Then he's like, a friend of him come and they want to go out, and he have a bag, and I have nowhere else to go, and I was trying to find a lady, and because my friend in the morning was all like, you're leaving today, and I tell her that basically, I'm trying to work out something, and I can't get in contact, like nobody can find the lady. The lady don't even look like she lock up our place, but at the same time we can't find her. So I was just like, all right, God, what are you doing? Let me see what you're doing. So I end up going all over the place. I'll go to a go-go, mind you, as in stripper pole dancing. I've always been curious about what, to see what happened, but I never been entertained. Even when I watch it, I was like, this is boring. Let's see if I highlight some things. I'm there, though sometimes I'm not with the rhythm, and for some reason I can never register the lyrics of the songs except a couple songs that I knew. Other than that, I never could register what I was listening, no matter what. And honestly, then I was just like, maybe it's God just trying to help me keep the Sabbath while whatever it is it's supposed. Let me keep going. There are times ready for you, grab me for you, the wine punny one's like, no, not now. Sometimes I even tickle him to get away that aggression, and I try to find creative ways to evade things I do not want to do. And so one time I tried grind on me and we wine, and I'm like, no, especially. Alright, here's another thing. One I found beneficial. I liked it, and it's the freedom, as well as I'm like future marriage or the marriage that God said, make things accessible for the husband that God chooses, not anybody, just him. And getting used to it. Since I mentioned a time I got a boil, and because of it was due to a tight underwear, I decided to stop wearing underwear. And nobody has become the wiser for a while. And if they do, they just don't say nothing. And I'm just like, other than bra when it's necessary. And it's freeing and nice. I like it. So I do it because I like it, as well as preparation for what? Yeah. So now, the next reason why I'm not going to grind up on him, because I don't have any. And he don't know that till the friggin' bouncer load up the friggin' thing. Except maybe bra, because that's kind of obvious to a point if you know how boobs are like. But then again, depending on point is, panty, at least the people expect that. But the friggin' bones are just a load up the shit. Plus, I was gonna wind up on it. Plus, I don't want to. 2, 3. Let me figure out what God is saying about this first before me start doing certain things. God not fully tell me anything yet. Everything still seems to be the original plan. So till me know for a fact, me not do certain things. But because I'm there, as well as I'm opening the door. Because if I keep blocking it, even if God is providing a placement, mega push them away. So I was like, all right, let me relax. Let me calm down. Little things like, lean on his shoulder, I was open to. But me not grind upon him. I may already make it clear in the reasoning. Me I wait till marriage. You might talk about no because people just leave. Because you say you know wait till marriage, don't change me. Okay? Any fucking way. We end up go different spots and whatever, and it was just like curiosity. Cause people always say you go party, and we go and there you go. I go like 5 in a one night, and he was like, alright, cool. Let me just move me there on one wall or me, but nothing like no. Especially because of what, and I was in a dress. No. Anyways, by the night, don't know, cause he might like, oh, like he was kind of getting a little pushy with certain things, and me have to kind of tickle if you kind of get out of it. Like, I know I realized, all right, God. Like at one point, now I realized them either finish night and like, yo, maybe I just drop asleep so nothing, nobody thinks so nothing, and then as him half drunk and a drink and whatever, him feel like him in a certain space till we get to have a conversation about everything. Me will just kind of keep a distance, some distance, some cautious distance, but still open the door. Cause I was in a space where I'm like, if God is making a replacement, okay, fine. Let's see. I was hoping like me drop asleep before me reach home. Cause this way we're gonna go on the sleepiness like, alright, now I'm gonna try it. Right? Till next day we have the conversation, he's like, alright, respect that, then I continue with whatever. Might be too late for me even go back to where I was because I know she goes to sleep late, but by a certain time, like the last time I walked out because of argument, I went back, the doors were locked. I'm not gonna start no argument and they already tired of me. But just like, alright, fine. And it's based on his reasoning. It sound like him have space and he just respect me. He keeps saying if anything don't want happen, now gonna happen. So I'm like, cool. If me say no, nothing not happening, not try nothing. So now he might give me clothes for changing up and me take certain clothes. I mean I'm like explain why me say I need that, and he may like must say shirt only. I'm like, we need a shorts too. And he give me a shot. And I'm not explaining nothing now. But I'm pretty sure I explain because the bouncer are checks to make sure you're not no weapon or nothing. And be like, oh no, bro. Oh no, shot. And she do it twice. The blood. Anyways. So him figure it out and he's like, because I'm like, and I'm not saying anything. So now, me know me I will even wait till him decide what is the sleeping arrangement. And if I have a sheet, I may say you can't lie down, I may put one pillow. And he's like, that pillow, I'm like, no, that's staying there. And he's like, alright. And cool, that's all. Then no light turn off and he must try, hug me and he's like, alright, you know what? As I said, don't want to close the door completely. If God is making a replacement, what will you say? I mean, I'm not judge the place because even my dirty, but just it's when no, he might push up and I say, stop fighting it, and I'm explaining. All right, dude. I mean, I try to explain but it's like cause me know him from weed, like liquor, mind, and then I smoke cigarette. Maybe me should have realized that all of that and the fact that he's like, you know what, after you're chilling with us for a while, it will change. That should have been like all red flags, but me already caught up, as in them drive me go wherever, and them I say all of them something else. You know what? Just chillax, right? So because I already got caught up, I decided to chillax. But that was never going to happen. Them now gonna convince me into none of them foolishness. Right? And them are ready to convince me, I mean, nearly even said, let me just drink a beer if you don't shut up. I nearly. But I didn't. I was like, you know what? No. This dude, no. I try no, I convince and I say, I mean, like, no, like put some distance. You can be in certain areas, deal with certain things, but now got no further because me just don't even know what to tell you. And you're not listening. I know me, I try to explain. Now you say, all right, I'm ready for listen. So me, I'm ready for now explain. All right, God say I am married. So by God standard, I cannot do certain things. So I know we're both. I'm like, all right. The last time I thought about even entertaining another guy that I liked, God was like, "I'm going dead. I'm going to lose the picnic them." And I was like, he's like, "No, stop trying to protect me." And I'm like, all right, dude, this is not just protect. I want to make, and he might push up on that. Let's in love. I'm like, jeez, dude. And I'm just like, and then I realized he's not person that want to listen. And then I realized what the fuck I just got myself into. And then I started realize, even me, the fuck is all of this shit? Because I was gonna just throw the blame to anybody, but I'm not looking at it. I do not desire any of this shit. I tried to avoid this very moment a week ago. And because he was I won't force you to do anything, and he was willing to listen and excited to help me with all plans, connect me with people that I know I maybe have connection to, but he's like, I have connection to this minister, that minister. Yeah, man, just have your thing ready and me can just make the call and you just talk to them. Or me know this investor that can, and just have your. So I'm there. And he's like, anything, if you want just space me right and do your thing, yeah. And then I was like, ready to say no. I did not want to. Mind you, at first I was going to be like, let me see. Mind you, I've said no to people that eventually I realized maybe you're good. So I was like, what, let me give a person a chance. Not even going to go in more detail what happened that night. It was just no. There's sometimes I couldn't even say anything because I was just so, like, you see, I'm crying now with actual tears. He thought I was crying, and I was just, like, at one point, I wanted to cry, but he's just like, fuck this shit. And it was just nothing. And there are times, like, this is why sometimes I feel weird saying it's a molestation, because I should have fought. I should have just like, yo, come off of me, leave me alone, just deal with this. So, but at the same time, like, if we end up fighting back, where am I going to go at 3-4 o'clock in the morning? And that's when while the man try whatever, and I just keep it at a certain boundary where I know he doesn't feel like it will go to sex, but he feel cause him literally what do you call it? That got me basically a dry hump me, and I'm just like, that's why I had to just take it. Mind you, it's just making me like, all right. Once him just couldn't accept, understand. It's like, yo, you just God definitely not choose you. I mean, not even interested. That's all I'm going to say is, no matter what he did, it did not change my desire. And when he reached a certain point where he felt he was going places, that's when I found the strength to say no and move. Move my body, move his hand, something. But outside of that, I just, like, what else did I do? Fight physically, because where was I going to go? And that's when I decided, okay, where am I going to go? How fuck this fucking shit. And I played a plan. And even if I was going to die, that was better than this shit. It was better than thinking, okay, maybe I can deal with this. Or just fuck him. Eventually, because obviously there is no other option when it comes to that. Because I said no, and he's still trying dry humping me. And anybody who's gonna be like, oh, you should wear panty or bra. If me walk on the fucking street naked, me can't tell anybody no, because me not go on the street. It's my body. You cannot force somebody, no matter how much them taunt you or whatever you want call it. It is still consent. Is it? Me could have lie naked beside of somebody. If I did not distinctly say, yes, I want this. I remember he distinctly asked me, can I hug you? And I did not say anything. And he still come on now, put it on over me. And at that point, I didn't know what to say. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck this shit. It did not make me want him more. It did not make me desire him. I already desire sex. It just made me numb. So it was just like, this don't make no fucking difference, because fuck this shit. And maybe that's a good thing that happened, because, okay, not even a good thing, because honestly, I try not to think about it, but I know it's going to affect me in the future. But if that didn't happen, I would have falsely think he may be considered a replacement. And if he respected my boundaries, maybe I would have tried to work around all the negativities and see how to at least, because I wasn't necessarily see myself interested fully in him, but I was going to see where it leads. And I would have maybe tried to open the space to start typing and whatever. But then he did that shit, and I was like, fuck all of this. I try fixing my shit on my own, or see what happened. And here's the problem. And if I went back to where a friend lived, that is problem still. Because they're saying I need to go, so. And let's just say, if anybody tell you any other story, I can give you the details. And once I haven't said, yes, I want to have sex with you, or I want you to fuck me, it is a absolutely fucking no. No matter how you rub me leg, mind you, that was a guy, and I went on a date. Him a rub up my leg, cause him corner me, I know how him stay already. It was, cause I met, mind you, I went somewhere, this guy I met on a trip. Mind you, on that trip, I had to do something, and him just like get aggressive because I guess jealousy or unable to express himself properly and literally pinch me. So me now in a corner where I'm bored now, mind you, we watch a movie before and we decide to watch a different movie. And I'm bored and him don't know nothing else but to rub my leg and me make sure just keep him this and here fine. I don't know what to tell him. But I rub my leg and him a push up it, just push it down. And him know that situation maybe I should say and he was I know his temperament. Now I'm in a different situation. I don't have anywhere to go and this man thinks that me just now know where else to go and me I go do this so. And mind you him say him now gonna do nothing and me say no. And me say no. Couple times me say no. And him thinks because more protecting. Mind me I tell him other things him not register. I'm realizing him not register because he's so focused on him being lonely and want sex. Him not hear nothing else me I say. The other things I said. If them ever tell you nothing else, fucking lie. I have no time for it. Frankly, I didn't want to. I didn't even write this story, made this video. I don't even know if all of that recorded. Yeah, it's a good thing that recorded because to go through that story again would be just fucking shit. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Anybody tell you otherwise? That's on them. Because they know the story. They know the truth. Mind you, I'm just fucking lonely. I want somebody for fuck. He never really cared. He wanted to do everything he think he was supposed to do to make sure he gets sex. And that never works with me. You could have rubbed my leg, my butter, anything you want to think. Mind you, I know there are certain things that make you desire sex, so I don't even give him the opportunity. Anytime you ever feel for go them parts that me say no. But every time everything else me was kinda like yo. I felt like I had to just take it. And you know, I don't even explain himself anymore. Because man just disgusting. And I'm just such enough of them Jamaican man yeah. So I'm make sure I get the knife here, you know. Cause them man yeah, when me end up their boat and around, things are coming down know where to go. I leave. Things so they could have grab me or do whatever because then send me a little kitten and he must can take me and just carry me home. At the end of it, I was prepared to kill somebody or them if it could kill me. And I was serious. I mean, if you care if this make me look unstable or whatever else, because I was done with this shit. I'm still done. It's like, I don't know why. Because I'm just, why the hell did I go to church? Oh, because the person told me to go. And I was like, alright, God. I'm ready. Like, for change. I'm tired of this shit. I have no desire for this shit at this point. None of it. I don't desire for any of it. I don't desire for any of it. I maybe would rather just go back to my farming so I can see where it goes. And I cannot not even have that to depend on because when this person daughter or children done with summer work, I did not have to come back. Where am I going? Like, God just kill me! I already asked you this years ago! I have no desire for any of this shit! None of it! I mean, none of it! None of the whole promises. I liked it. I'm just done. I'm tired. I'm just over it. Oh. Like, I am done. I am tired. I don't care if people want to call me mentally ill. But if you've been through this shit I've been through because of some fake shit and it just got you in more problem, come talk to me. Otherwise, fuck off.